not going to lie to you, I'm genuinely keen.
Boom. Yes, team. Happy Monday. Wait, it's Tuesday, isn't it? It's bank holiday. Happy Tuesday. New week. Same goals. Grinding, you know it is. So we're just in Dakota, as always, with thing number 1, Kyle Hart. Thing number 2, Scott McPherson. Is that right? Did I say that right?
How'd you say it?
McPherson.
McPherson. That's McPherson.
McPherson.
See, like English people can't say the letter R. McPherson.
McPherson. Scott McPherson. So, what we're doing today, a little co-working day, grinding.
Teach me all of his bad habits.
Yeah, teaching Scott my bad habits. Just being in each other's company, you know, elevates him, definitely. So, not much going on today, won't bore you with too much recording. If something does happen that's exciting
I
and
want to
is...
make a point. I want to make a point. There's a reason why I travelled an hour and a half to sit here. I could do this at home, but see, co-working, bouncing ideas off each other is probably the best thing that you can do. Because yeah, you can sit at home and stuff, but you get distracted. You can go on your phone, you watch TV, get food and stuff like that. But see, when you're like with other people, and they'll be like, "Have you tried this? Have you tried this? Does this sound right to you?" Immediate feedback. The feedback loop is like that, so you can just accelerate your progress a lot. Not over exaggerating it. The amount that we've spoken about already definitely helps. Got more than 2 days work out of it. We've been here like an hour. So
You must not do much work.
I think I did. I think I did.
I've done nothing but talk shit.
I know, I'm not like, probably Kyle.
Yeah, we're locking in now, we're locking in. I think you have your little catch up, don't you? You have your little catch up and then you just lock in. But on that point, which is why you need to be around the right people, because yeah, it accelerates you. But if Scott was a waste man and I was just sat here trying to work and he was just chirping my head off, then that's going to devaluate me. You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? And to be fair, that is all he's done since he's been here, so I'm going to block him off and go to work, yeah? See you soon. You've got a LinkedIn profile, baby. You're getting connected with.
Yeah, he's gonna find you like.
Nobody's safe. Nobody's safe.
You're early birds as well.
That's me 30 done for the day.
So you're doing 30 a day now?
Yeah, I say 10, but it's just so easy to do 20 more. You might as well do 20 more, innit? If they're going to let me do it, I'll do it.
God. Give an example of what sort of person you look for.
So today I just came on and I thought, you know, CEOs in London, you're getting it.
Literally.
CEOs in London, you're getting it. So I just literally came on. I need to update my pro, to be honest. Came on, filter, and then you just kind of United Kingdom, London. If you want any of these, yeah, you know, maybe take them, financial, blah blah blah. For me, I just wanted CEOs speak English so they can reply to me, and then show results. Connect with them tomorrow. Everyone who's accepted my connection will get a DM. Hey babe, how are you? Got an investment opportunity here.
How I like to automate it, because for example, investor payment here, big property one. If you move them from initial contact to call book interest, sales call completed, like say here, we'll have it in here and it'll be the second checklist that pops up: send NDA, send NCA, deposit, and all that stuff, and then that's where you use that for automation. So when you move over, you get a checklist for each one.
So you can do it.
Yeah.
That template will come up for each section.
So if you have like a VA, you can tell them to do this, like add lead to kit. So the relevant tag, warm investor lead, had call, nurture, follow up. So if they're a warm investor lead, they're like, I need to think about it, I need to ask their wife. You add them to this tag here. In subscribers, and at the bottom here you've got the tag warm investor lead, had call, nurture. So then that triggers this automation over here, and then they get moved down to here into the warm email sequence. Been a little while since we spoke, and then here's what it's doing for our investors: a bit of case studies, a bit of evidence. Basically a bit of what we do, asserting the authority sort of thing. What held you back, a few objections that they may have come across, answering them, and then, you know, the final email. may not just be the right time, and you create another sequence for another 30 days. You know, so it just all does it in the background for you.
Yeah, that's one thing that we haven't really pushed on the email.
Power of automation. That was Scott talking through his automation right there. And I forgot to plug the mic in, so I don't even know what this audio is going to be like. But this is raw, unhinged footage from your boy, LSI, a bit of a GT. You know what I'm saying? KSI, legend of a GT.
If you want to see what it looks like behind the scenes of a Property Bros YouTube vid.
Are we on? Yeah. Yeah, so we're doing the exact same walk that we do every single day. Obviously with these two as well.
Get a little behind the scenes.
Yes, now. Going to Subway, gonna scran a big foot long. First time I've ever scranned a foot long. And then, yeah, back to Dakota and do a little bit more work. Give us some inspiration today, Cam. What's the word of the day? Word? What's she just dropped? What's that you made? Look at this.
That's some incidents there. Is that your
Oh mate, that's like 10 pieces.
That's karma. For damaging your insides by smoking fucking kids' juice.
I'll damage your jaw if you keep running it. Honestly.
Hold this camera.
Right.
Word
of the day is.
You thinking too much about it?
Fucking hell.
First word that comes to your head.
What's in a dictionary or something?
First word in your head now.
Can't say that. Knowledge. That's the word.
Alright, KSI.
Spell it. Come on in, yeah.
It is.
Come on. Just cleaning up, boys. Just had a big fat span. I've had a chopsticks. These men have had a Subway. Scott loves putting round things in his mouth that are 6 inches long.
Mike. It's just not in it. I was gonna say try 12, but fuck it. Let's just.
This channel's going the wrong way very fast. Dark humour. We love a bit of dark humour, don't we? Who doesn't? So just walking through Manchester City Centre. Let's get something inspirational from Scott. Inspirational. I want some inspiration, Scott.
Oh, you want a cheesy one?
Yeah, go ahead.
I remember back in the day when it was like into the gym and all that, and the big cheesy one that was floating around was train insane or remain the same. And that is probably the most cheesiest, annoying quote I've ever heard in my life, so it fits perfectly for this channel.
And if you didn't train insane, you'd never look like this.
Oh mate, he's remained the same for about 10 years.
Get some inspo off Kyle.
Kyle, inspo. This is an inspirational walk.
Stop pissing about. Just do work.
Stop pissing about and just do work.
That's what I say to him. That's what I say to him every day. Every day.
Hey. Peace out, boys and girls.
What do you do with a drunken sailor? What do you do when a deal takes so long to complete that everything's gone up about 6 or 7%?
What's that on, mate?
So a deal that we're working on is taking that long to complete. Everything this year, all the materials and such have gone up. What do you do with a drunken sailor? What do you do with a drunken sailor?
Hey, do nothing. You pay it and do as you're told, I guess. Karen, you got that on charge, mate? It is.
Yeah, mate. I put the numbers into the calculator, and the numbers do still work. Alright, brother, tell me about that. I do like Tom.
Who?
Tom.
Who?
I can see me wanting to JV with him in the future, to be fair.
Tom who?
Tom, fuck it'll do you. Some people say Scott. Scott who? Scott, fuck it'll do you.
Say Scott T.
Who played this guy? I'm going to put an off on it. Hi Tracy, it's Scott McPherson here. I viewed one of your properties on Saturday. Yeah, I was just wondering if I could put an offer in on that property, if that's okay. Oh, amazing. Thank you so much. I look forward to hearing back then. Have a nice day. Bye-bye. Bye. You were saying you were doing something that to you is obvious, but to me it's blown my mind because I'm from Scotland, aka Narnia, aka everyone up there has hooves for feet.
Yes,
So show the people what it is.
all I was doing, guys, is now looking at this property here. We're not going to pursue it, so you can look at the details. It doesn't work for us. But as you can see, there's no floor plan. But it does have 2 reception rooms, so it does fit our criteria. So after looking through it, what I wanted to see was, for me personally, does this have a double outrigger? Do they know about double outriggers on this channel?
I've mentioned it like 100 times, but you never know. Someone new might be on here.
Double outrigger, you know, bathroom at the back. Kitchen, yeah, this is double outrigger. This is double outrigger, yeah. Kitchen, bathroom above. That gives us space to do a L-shaped dormer. So what I want to see from this property is, does it have a double outrigger? And obviously from this image I can see it doesn't. It is extended all the way to the rear, but it doesn't have one of these bad boys.
So what the mind-blowing part was, it's Google Earth.
It's Google Earth.
I thought Google Earth went out of fucking style.
Just
But I
simple
didn't.
stuff.
It's the 3D stuff that's caught me off guard. 'Cause
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
been looking at all this 2D stuff like on Property Engine. But that 3D stuff gives you such a good feel. Like, you can see that's like a flat roof, whereas you might not notice that when you're looking on here. If there's no photos of the back garden.
Yeah, if
You
you
might
get
not notice that, like-
close enough. Sometimes.
I didn't realise it went that close.
Yeah. You can get close on here. You can get close.
Recording?
No?
You should be.
Why? What's he done? Big Scotty T, yeah.
Scotty M, Scotty T.
Such a dick. Is that what you do in your time? Is that the photo of me today? Such a dick. I thought I looked good in it.
been sat here doing it, so he's editing.
So your brother's out there working, crafting, getting the money in. You're doing that. Such a dick.
Raised 50k, last week's target. That is very close. We've got to follow up with a few people this week. We're going to follow up with them tomorrow.
Because you're getting a lot of offers accepted fast. Have you started like putting in the infrastructure for when that happens? Like, by infrastructure, I mean like the systems and stuff. When that happens, yeah.
In terms of what?
Like, for example, like you're going to have like a lot of floor plans come simultaneously. You're going to have like a lot of
so on
lenders, emails.
It's all
a lot
Trello.
of- Yeah.
Everything is put on the Trello
Yeah.
on the different houses and that.
Yeah.
So it's all tracked there, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's all on that.
So each individual property has its own set.
Yeah.
So like all the information that we get, from sales to
Everything, like email
everything,
addresses, yeah.
all
So
goes
notice-
into there.
Throughout the build, like that's when you refer to it so much. And
Yeah.
having that now is so fucking good because in the build it'll be like do like an application form, and you want to be able to just find it like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Go on, you give a lesson. It's what you learned last week.
Oh, a lesson that I've definitely learned is build your systems because when something breaks, you can fix it. So like I was thinking, see all the systems I built for like email marketing and lead generation and stuff. I was thinking I could pay someone off like Fiverr to do this, but what I wanted to do is just mainly do it myself. So when something breaks, when I train like a VA, when I train someone to do it, I can then fix it and just swoop in and fix it. So it's a short-term pain for long-term gain. It's not really like a motivational lesson, but like see when something breaks, you want to be able to swoop in and fix it. Do the work so when it breaks, you can fix it. When it breaks, it will break. Problems will come up, and you've got to be able to know how to fix it rather than freaking out.
There's no fucking luck involved, people. We fucking put the work in.
If there's anything I've learned, whenever you think you're working hard, you look at these two and you're like, shit.
And if he carries on.
I'm definitely cutting that out, you cringy bastard. So for your newsletter, what's the process of that? Can that be refined? Or is it just simple? Can you automate it? Can you set up ManyChat where you put on your Instagram story, reply with checklist, and we'll send a checklist, they type checklist. It then gets funneled into their information gets stored, and the newsletter sequence kicks off with your newsletter. And then
it's more of a regional basically. So like based on
is it north? Yeah, what kind of newsletter is it?
it's like
Property
market
Northwest.
and-
So it's like very informative, like
so
It's like our
so it's
area.
adding value.
what sort of audience are going to want to read that? Investors? Or aspiring investors? Or
Anybody that's interested in property in the north.
so those people are going to want a property viewing checklist. They're going to want some sort of tools that they can use.
You know what I could do? I could make top 5 areas to invest in the northwest.
You want? Yeah, you could
That's
do it.
perfect.
See the lead magnets I like. See when I get see that Lutz one. That was a lead magnet, right? I was able to go straight to Canva, use it, instant satisfaction. I was instantly happy with the person that made them, and it made my life better within minutes. So you could create something that calculators that you use, or your Trello checklists, valuation packs, anything. Like you could do loads of things. Fair one. How many reels would you make? 3. What's that?
No, I'd do
3
like
minutes.
do 30 a day.
3 minutes.
Do the whole month in one day. Do the whole month when it's done then. Like, we like to be a month ahead. When we're doing our videos, we'd always be a month ahead.
Yeah.
You say we'd always be proud.
We're wearing the same clothes for a month.
Yeah, there's a phase on my profile where I just have no white jumper on the whole time.
Yeah.
Because there's so much content in it.
Yeah. We tried to change.
You posted a picture the other day and you had no hair. I actually thought you'd like change your hair.
That's the problem. That's when I went at 2 lights.
Really?
Like, subscribe, and peace.
There we go. That's good. That means I don't have to do my bloody anything else at the end.
Yes, team. Happy Friday. Listen, we haven't been on the camera much this week because we've just been grinding. We've just been literally non-stop in the office, in Dakota, bougie places like that, working. So, I'm not going to sit there and bore you, but what I will say is in the next few weeks we will be completing on some projects. So the weekly vlogs, there's going to be a lot more going on. There's going to be a lot more live action updates, that kind of stuff from the refurbs. But until then, we'll keep trying to give value as much as we can without boring you. So let me introduce you to Big Man.
What's happening, people?
Big Man in the office today. So what we're doing is, obviously we've got a deal that we're selling, so we're just speaking to investors regarding that. Another very good deal. Kyle's just closing an investment from another investor. It's not simple, is it?
Nah. Well, why don't we just give them an overview for the week?
Yes, people. Right, so let's give you a little bit of what's been going on, what's happening this week. I'll give you it from my perspective, and then Leon's been up to a few other little bits and bobs this week, so he can then go over them. So this week, really, I personally, I've been trying to get this investment over the line. So we've got an investor from Pakistan, and he's investing a substantial amount, 300k plus. Now, with this investor, he's quite a savvy investor, so he basically wants to leave no stone unturned. So we're basically gone back and forth a few times.
Kyle's just doing the vlog. We do like a little weekly vlog in that, don't we?
We'll carry on in a minute because Leon.
Weekly vlog for the YouTube. I can't fund them all, and you know what I mean? I just can't. So if I could raise the money to do it, I would. But I've raised the money for free. I'm probably going to sell off 2. I might sell off a 3rd, depends on the situation. Just makes sense to sell off the ones that are closest to completion that haven't got the funds raised. Does that make sense? In terms of actual build, that squeaky noise, that was horrible. In actual build, you're going to be in build for about 18 weeks, maybe 22 weeks, depending on which builder we use. They all say 18, and it always takes 22. And then it's just to refinance on the back end. So we should be off the bridge in about 9 months.
So what is the bridge? What is the bridge financing and stuff like that? Because my worry is, I'll be honest with you, I've just literally, I had an offer accepted for the GDV that I was told by the estate agent came in at, they said 440. If I had got the 440, I would have bid in it right now, because I had the offer accepted 6 weeks ago. The valuation, which comes in lower, it just changes the whole mindset of everything.
And like, we can only predict so much. So obviously we can do all the comparables and we can do all the due diligence, but at the end of the day, it's out of our hands, isn't it? So we just have to try and mitigate the risk as much as possible. So we do a lot in the area. We have a lot of comparables to go off. We use the same people, the same lenders that go out and do the reports. So we know what they're valuing properties at, which means that if they've just valued one last week at 470 post valuation, in their head they're going to go to mine knowing it's going to be the exact same. So how can they value it any different when I know that this is what everyone else is getting? Do you know what I mean? Because you've got to think, property is a small world. It seems quite big, but that's because we only speak to people doing it. But outside of the property business, not many people have a fucking clue about their HMOs.
in terms of getting this one over the line, what is it? So obviously, what does we need to put down? What is the valuation that's going to come in at, and from a lending perspective? Because that's why I don't want to get shot. I'm just looking at it now. So you're looking at 148 to purchase and 168, of which I'm guessing you're going to get 100% financing for the development.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, you will.
And will there be something for day one as well? I'm guessing.
Yeah. So what you're going to get is you're probably going to get about 55. It's 65% loan to value, but because they're going to take your interest up front, their company, you're going to end up getting about 55%. That's just how it works. Until you've done your first deals, you've got to work with lenders that aren't going to risk much with you. In the terms of, once you've got some under your belt, they'll say, okay, you're experienced, we can roll the interest up and take it on the refinance. Because you don't want to be paying it monthly. Do you know what I mean? It's a lot to service. So they'll take it up front, so they're probably going to take about 8 grand, 9 grand off you up front. So you're going to have to put in about 100 and, not for the deal, you're going to have to put in about 70k to purchase the property. They're going to fund the rest. So this property costs 148. They'll fund the rest, and they'll fund 100% of the refurb.
So basically, day one's going to be 78.
Plus buy costs.
No, out of your money, 71 day one plus buy costs. So in total, you're going to need about 116k. I'm telling everybody to have 136k because the builder's going to want a deposit. The builder's going to want a deposit, but it's not an extra cost. It's just the bridging company is not going to pay for works that haven't been done.
Yeah, fine.
But builder still wants that deposit to go in, order the skips, pay the lads. Do you know what I mean? It's just how the world works. So we recoup that deposit through the bridging drawdowns. So let's say, keep the math simple, it's 100 grand refurb, 4 drawdowns, 25k. We need to take back 20k. So every drawdown will take back 5 grand.
In terms of the drawdowns, is there a monitoring surveyor that's kind of signed it off?
Yeah, so the lender will have to come out and do that. We also account for about 3.5 grand in your buying costs for drawdowns, because they're going to come out, assess the work, make sure that it is actually up to the standard they've said and they are up to the position they've said, and then release the funds. I like that because it's a third party, and it's not on us. If there's something going on, a dispute, listen, Mr. Builder, you haven't done the work, the lender's not going to pay you. It's as simple as that. It's not me, it's not my fault, it's your fault. So it gives us extra security, and it gives them a bit more clarity that they can't fuck around.
I'm super, super excited to get the first one under the belt. Have you had a valuation of this property?
No, but you'll get a pre-valuation. You will get one, but that's going to be a bit further down the line. That can't be done until the deal's sold, because then you need to go to the broker with your details, and then once you're working with the broker, they're going to introduce you to the panel, they're going to introduce you to the lender, and then that will go from there. So this won't get pre-valued until somebody takes the deal on. So I have got a pre-valuation pack as well from around the corner. I'll send that over to you for a different one. But yeah, we know the crap, mate. So the lender we're using, the value, I've got 6 in conveyancing. It's going to be the exact same lender for every single one. The ones that we're selling and project managing, the ones that I'm keeping, it's the exact same power team, because you start trying to use different people, that's when you get the down valuations.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, so for example now, what will be the valuation on the GBV, on this deal?
So pre-valuation, I reckon it'll probably come in about 425, 430. Pre-valuation is always lower.
When you say pre-valuation, it's before it's built?
Yeah, that's just them going into a 2-3 bed house with my floor plans, my scope of work, my valuation pack, because I'll make you a valuation pack. You know, part of working with me is I'm going to make sure you get the best results. So I'll be doing a valuation pack, I'll be sending that over the night before, and I'll be meeting the valuer at the property, talking to him, telling him, just letting him know that I know you valued that house for this, I know you valued this house for this. The pre-valuations always come in less. They have to, because obviously we're going to show them the rooms and the high standard and what we're going to get, but they're still going to account for the rooms being a bit cheaper. It's only afterwards, when we have proof, because we have people living there with ASTs to show what they're renting for, that, okay, you get the extra 20-30k valuation.
So the 453k GDV that you put on that, that's based on how many people in there? 6 people?
6 people, mate, yeah, and I think so one thing with me is I'm very conservative. So obviously, you know how commercial valuation works. It's rental income per annum times by the yield multiplier. Yeah? So we're working the rooms out en suites at £700 a month and studios 800. The en suites renting out for 795. There's en suites renting out for 745. We're still going to work it out at 700 because if you change that to 745, that's an extra 10%.
I'm keen actually. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm genuinely keen. Because ultimately, if I could, and then on the end of this, what are we looking at? We buy to let on this or a commercial?
Commercial, and then you'll remortgage. So you'll jump off it. You'll exit onto a mortgage, 75% loan to value, and say you're probably going to be leaving in about 50, and then you're going to be making about £1,600–1,700 a month.
Yeah, but my problem at the moment is I'm struggling for cash flow. But over from now, if I could add 2k a month every year for the next 5 years, I think I'd be happy.
How much cash have you got to play with? We could add you about £1,600–1,700 a month this year, and we can probably do the same next year. And then you might have to miss a year to let the funds recoup from both properties, and then we go again. Do you know what I mean? Because you're going to be making nearly £4 a month then, so that money's building up quickly.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, no, I agree with you. I think that's correct.
That's something we can look at if you want to get going, mate. Then yeah, let's do it. What do you need to know from me to help you?
Who's doing the conveyancing? So I'm guessing it's your solicitor.
Although I won't be after these 6 because they're fucking slow. But I'm using them. So all I'll do is.
What can we change in process, or is that too much hassle?
It's too much hassle. Plus, I've already paid for the fees. The fees have already searched. The fee. Do you know what I mean? So like everything's moving. So there's no point. I think once you take over, like we're still a month and a half ahead of where we need to be. So what I'll do is just email him and say, listen, my business partner's going to buy this, put it in his name, sweet. Do the same with an agent, sweet. Got a good relationship with the agent, they won't care. Did it for another one on the same street actually. So this one, very good location. The hospital is literally here. It's inside it. Do you know what I mean? It's literally, you can see the hospital from the window. So very good tenant demographic. Yeah, I'll Kyle, he's over here, look at him.
Mate, are you alright?
Yeah, all good mate, all good.
I think just genuinely, obviously I've got to take your word for this, but obviously in terms of valuations, are we bang on, right?
So like if you give them 3 ASTs to show half of the rooms are full and this is what they're paying, they can then say, yeah, fair enough, you are getting the rates that you said. Do you know what I mean? I think you'll get higher than 450.
I do want to come up actually, and I think it might be a good idea if I could fly up or something.